Alright everyone, so we're about to make a fourth monster. I'm going to start wanting to do it a little bit quicker from now on because I don't want to go through it in quite the detail that I did with all the others. And I encourage you to deviate from what I'm telling you to do. Play around a little bit, try different things. But I want to try and get a kind of system up and running where we can generate new monsters quite quickly. And so I'm going to treat the ghost as my template monster. The monster is a little bit weird because it never gets destroyed. So that's not very typical. The bat is kind of more normal, but it tends to kind of hang around in the corners and then just swoop and attack. Whereas the ghost, I think, is going to be pretty typical of the kinds of opponents you're going to have because it basically just follows you around and tries to touch you. So we'll use this as our basic creature. And then all of the new creatures will be kind of copied from that. Just as we copied the bat from the ghost in the first place. So what I want you to do to try and make this a little bit more copyable, to reduce the amount of work you have to do every time you copy it, is I want to kind of reduce one of the things that we have to do. So right now as it is, we have this little slot here where it says, if current enemy equals ghost. And when I create a new creature, I'm going to create a witch next. I'm going to have to change this to witch. And then I'm going to have to change it again to witch here. I'm going to have to make sure they spell it the same way every time and so on. So we can reduce that straight off. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to ghost setup. So where is that? Right here. And I'm going to make a variable. And it's very important that this be for this sprite only. And I'm just going to call it my name. And then I'm going to set my name to ghost. And now everywhere where there's the written word ghost, I'm going to replace it with the variable my name. So that's just here and here. So now what happens is when I come to this sprite here and I hit duplicate, I get a new ghost. I'm going to change the name of that new ghost to witch. And now all I have to do is where it says ghost setup, I change my name to witch. And it's going to change it in those other places as well. Now what we also need to change, and I don't know a way to make this any quicker, is we've got to change the messages that it receives in the yellow commands here. So when I receive start ghost is going to have to change to when I receive start witch. So the only way to do that is to write a new message. Start witch. And when I receive tell that should stay the same. Tell all to disappear. When I receive tell ghost to vanish must change to tell witch to vanish. You got to make sure you get the spelling perfectly right on this because these messages are constructed elsewhere, if you remember. And it's not going to tolerate any differences. So make sure you get all of that correct. And then we have wizard is touching ghost. New message. Wizard is touching witch. Okay. And okay, so that ought to do everything. Now the red things here, start ghost, you can change that to start witch. But that doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter whether you change these or not. That's just purely cosmetic. But the yellow ones definitely have to be changed because the actual words that you use matter for those. These are what decide whether or not the witch is going to respond to the signal that goes out to everybody. So when the signal goes out that says start witch, everybody will receive the signal, but the bat will say, well, I'm not the witch. The monster will say, well, I'm not the witch, so they won't start. But we want the witch to say, yeah, when I receive start witch, I want to get started. So like I say, it's a good idea. I like to change the red ones, but you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and change them now, but I'm not going to make you watch. Okay, I did that. So yeah, that's all you need to do to kind of just get this started off. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for listening, and if you find this video useful, please hit like and subscribe.